गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं भवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आन शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ धाता पुरस्ताद्यमुदा जहारा शक्रप्रविद्वान् प्रदिशश्च तस्रः तमेवं विद्वान् अमृत इह भवति नान्यपन्था अयनाय विद्यते सहस्रशीर्षं देवं विश्वाक्षं विश्वशम्भुवं विश्वं नारायणं देवमक्षरं परमं पदं विश्वतः परमानित्यं विश्वं नारायणगुम्भरिं विश्वमेवेदं पुरुषस्तद्विश्वमुपजीवति पतिं विश्वस्यात्मेश्वरगुं शाश्वतगुं शिवमच्युतं नारायणमहाज्ञेयं विश्वात्मानं परायणं नारायणपरो ज्योतिरात्मा नारायणपरः नारायणपरब्रह्म तत्त्वं नारायणपरः नारायणपरो ध्याता ध्यानं नारायणपरः यच्च किञ्चित् जगत् सर्वं दृश्यते श्रूयतेऽपि वा अन्तर्बहिश्च तत्सर्वं व्याप्य नारायणस्थितः अनन्तमव्ययं कविगुं समुद्रेन्तं विश्वशम्भुवं पद्मकोशप्रतिकाशगुं हृदयं चाप्यधोमुखम् अधोनिष्ट्यावितस्यान्ते नाभ्यामुपरि तिष्ठति ज्वालमालाकुलं भाति विश्वस्यायतनं महत् सन्ततगुं शिलाभिस्तुलम्बत्याकोशसन्निभं तस्यान्ते सुषिरगुं सूक्ष्मं तस्मिन् सर्वं प्रतिष्ठितं तस्य मध्ये महानग्निर्विश्वार्ची विश्वतोमुखः सोग्रभुग्विभजन्तिष्ठ नाहारमजर कविः तीर्यगूर्ध्वमदशायी रश्मयस्तस्य सन्तता सन्तापयति स्वं देहमापादतलमस्तकः तस्य मध्ये वह्निशिखा अनियो ऊर्ध्वा व्यवस्थितः नीलतो यदमध्यस्था विद्युल्लेखेव भास्वरा नीवारशूकवतन्वी पीताभा आस्वत्यनूपमा तस्या आशिखाया मध्ये परमा आत्मा व्यवस्थितः स ब्रह्म स शिवः स हरिसेन्द्रसोऽक्षरः परमस्वराट् ऋतगुं सत्यं परं ब्रह्म पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् ऊर्ध्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति तदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं यत् भवेत् सर्वं क्षम्येव नारायण नमोऽस्तुते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मामत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरि ओम तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु ओम शांति शांति शांति
Jai Sai Ram. My humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Today is the ninth and the final day of Chaitra Navaratri. On this the ninth form of goddess Durga, who is called Siddhi Datri, is worshipped. Siddhi means supernatural meditative power, and Datri means giver. If we pray selflessly to Goddess Siddhi Datri, certainly all our divine aspirations will be fulfilled. In this form, Goddess Durga is seated on a lotus, and her four arms are holding a lotus, a mace, a chakra, and a shankh. It is said that Goddess Durga in this form removes our ignorance and provides the knowledge to realize the ultimate pure consciousness, that is the Brahman. Dear sisters, today is doubly auspicious as Lord Rama was born on the ninth day of the Shukla Paksha in this month of Chaitra. Today is also celebrated as Rama Navami, birth of Lord Rama, who is the very embodiment of Dharma, holding mankind together in love and unity. Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, in one of his divine discourses on Ramayana, has said that the Ramayana, the story of Lord Rama, teaches us two lessons: the value of detachment and the need to become aware of the divinity in every being. He has said that the faith in God and detachment from objective pursuits are the keys for human liberation. We must all give up our sense objects, and only then we can get hold of Lord Rama. Goddess Sita gave up the luxuries of Ayodhya, and that is when she was able to go with Rama. But the moment she had this urge to see, after seeing the golden deer, she lost Lord Rama and she lost Rama's presence. So, what does this mean? It literally means that renunciation leads to joy and attachment brings grief. We have to be in this world, but not of it. Let me repeat it again. We have to be in this world, but not of it. We should live a life like a lotus flower, being in the world, but not affected by it. Swami has spoken extensively on the great epic of Ramayana and on the life and message of Lord Rama. Ramayana teaches many valuable lessons. The epic symbolizes the power of devotion in human life and the deep connection between God and his devotees. God incarnated upon earth as Rama to provide the humans with an ideal role model which we can follow to achieve liberation. Swami has given us the symbolic significance of the major characters in the Ramayana and what qualities and aspects of creation they represent. Dasharatha is a representative of the mere physical with the 10 senses. Ravana symbolizes ego with 10 evil qualities. The three qualities of sattva, rajas, and tamas are the three queens. The four goals of life, the purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, are the four sons. One of them, Lakshmana, is the intellect. Sugriva is discrimination. Vali is despair. Hanuman is the embodiment of courage and devotion. The three Rakshasa chiefs, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and Vibhishana, are again the personifications of the Rajasic, Tamasic, and Sattvic qualities. Sita is the embodiment of the principles of right conduct, dharma, that can be found anywhere in the universe. Sita has achieved complete awareness of this universal absolute, which one attains by undergoing lots of trials and tribulations. Dear sisters, today, on this ninth day of Chaitra Navaratri and on this auspicious day of Rama Navami, let us strive to make our hearts pure and strong, contemplate the grandeur of Ramayana. Let us be established in the faith that Rama is the reality of our very existence. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Mahaganapatim महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि 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 वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटिप्रकाशं शान्तम् महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटिप्रकाशं शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदगप्रियं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदगप्रियं महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि।
कृतार्थदेववन्दनं दिनेशवंशनन्दनं सुशोभिभालचन्दनं नमामि राममीश्वरं मुनीन्द्रयज्ञकारकं शिलाविपत्तिहारकं महाधनुर्विदारकं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं स्वतात् वाक्यकारिणं तपोवने विहारिणं करे सुचापधारिणं नमामि राममीश्वरं कुरङ्गमुक्तसायकं जटायुमोक्षदायकं प्रविद्धकीशनायकं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं प्लवङ्गसङ्गसम्मतिं निबन्धनिं नगापतिं दशास्य वंशसंक्षतिं नमामि राममीश्वरं विदीनदेवहर्षणं कपिप्सितार्थवर्षणं स्वबन्धुशोककर्षणं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरम् गतारिराज्यरक्षणं प्रजाजनार्तिभक्षणं कृतास्तमोहलक्षणं नमामि राममीश्वरं ऋताखिलाचलाभरं स्वधामनीतनागरं जगत्तमोदिवाकरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरं नमामि राममीश्वरम्।
नाम रामायणं बालकांड। शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात्पर राम, कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम। शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात्पर राम, कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम। शेषतल्प सुख निद्रित राम, ब्रह्माद्यमर प्रार्थित राम। चंड किरण कुल मंडन राम, श्रीमद् दशरथनन्दन राम कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम विश्वामित्र प्रियधन राम घोरताटका घातक राम मारीचादि निपातक राम कौशिक मख संरक्षक राम श्रीमद्हल्योद्धारक राम गौतम मुनि संपूजित राम सुर मुनिवर गण संस्तुत राम नाविक धावित मृदुपद राम मिथिलापुर जन मोहक राम विदेह मान सरंजक राम त्र्यंबक कार्मुक भंजक राम सीतार्पित वर मालिक राम कृत वैवाहिक कौतुक राम भार्गव दर्प विनाशक राम श्रीमद्योध्या पालक राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम
अगणित गुण गण भूषित राम अवनीत नया कामित राम अगणित गुण गण भूषित राम अवनीत नया कामित राम राका चंद्र समानन राम पितृवाक्याश्रित कानन राम प्रिय गुह विनिवेदित पद राम ताक्षालित निज मृदु पद राम भरद्वाज मुख नंदक राम चित्रकूटाद्रिनिकेतन राम दशरथ संतत चिंतित राम कैकेयी तनयार्पित राम विरचित निज पितृकर्म कराम भरतार्पित निज पादुक राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम
दंडकावन जन पावन राम दुष्ट विराध विनाशन राम दंडकावन जन पावन राम दुष्ट विराध विनाशन राम शरभंग सुतीक्ष्णार्चित राम अगस्त्यानुग्रह वर्धित राम कृध्रादिप संसेवित राम पंचवटी तट सुस्थित राम शूर्पणखार्ति विधायक राम खरदूषण मुख सूदक राम सीता प्रिय हरिणानुग राम मारीचाति कृदाशुग राम विनष्ट सीतान्वेषक राम कृध्रादिपगतिदायक राम शबरी दत्त फलाशन राम कबंद बाहुच्छेदन राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम
हनुमत सेवित निज पद राम नत सुग्रीवाभीष्टद राम हनुमत सेवित निज पद राम नत सुग्रीवाभीष्टद राम गर्वित वाली संहारक राम वानर दूत प्रेषक राम हितकर लक्ष्मण संयुत राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। कपिवर संतत संस्मृत राम, तद्गति विघ्न ध्वंसक राम। कपिवर संतत संस्मृत राम, तद्गति विघ्न ध्वंसक राम। सीता प्राणाधारक राम, दुष्ट दशानन दूषित राम। शिष्ट हनुमद्भूषित राम, सीता वेदित काकावन राम। कृत चूड़ामणि दर्शन राम, कपिवर वचनाश्वासित राम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम।
रावण निधन प्रस्थित राम, वानर सैन्य समावृत राम। रावण निधन प्रस्थित राम, वानर सैन्य समावृत राम। शोषित सरिदीशार्थित राम, विभीषणा भयदायक राम। पर्वत सेतु निबंधक राम, कुंभकर्ण शिरछेदक राम। राक्षस संग विमर्दक राम, अहिमहि रावण चारण राम। संहृत दशमुख रावण राम, विधि भव मुख सुर संस्तुत राम। कर्षित दशरथ वीक्षित राम, सीता दर्शन मोदित राम। अभिषिक्त विभीषण नत राम, पुष्पकयानारोहण राम। भरद्वाजादि निषेवन राम, भरत प्राण प्रिय कर राम। साकेत पुरी भूषण राम, सकल स्वीय समानत राम। रत्नल सत्पीठास्थित राम, पटाभिषेकालंकृत राम। पार्थिव कुल सम्मानित राम, विभीषणार्पित रंग राम। कीश कुलानुग्रह कर राम, सकल जीव संरक्षक राम। समस्त लोकाधारक राम, सकल जीव संरक्षक राम। समस्त लोकाधारक राम, राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीता राम।
आगत मुनिगण संस्तुत राम, विश्रुत दशकण्ठोद्भव राम। आगत मुनिगण संस्तुत राम, विश्रुत दशकण्ठोद्भव राम। सीतालिङ्गन निर्वृत राम, नीति सुरक्षित जनपद राम। विपिन त्याजित जनक जराम, कारितलवनासुरवध राम। स्वर्गत शम्भुक संस्तुत राम, स्वतनय कुशलवनन्दित राम। अश्वमेध कृत दीक्षित राम, कालवेदित सुरपद राम। अयोध्यक जन मुक्तिधराम, विधिमुख विबुधानन्दक राम। तेजोमय निज रूपक राम, संसृति बंध विमोचक राम। धर्म स्थापन तत्पर राम, भक्ति परायण मुक्तिधराम। सर्वचराचर पालक राम, सर्वभवामय वारक राम। वैकुंठालय संस्थित राम, नित्यानंद पद स्थित राम। वैकुण्ठालय संस्थितरां नित्यानन्दपदस्थितरां राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम.
Sai Ram. What a beautiful chanting of Ramanama. I would like everyone to continue to close your eyes. Close your eyes and just ruminate on what I am going to say. Imagine you have just finished reciting the entire story of Rama. Imagine in the forest, Rama is walking, followed by Sita, followed by Lakshmana in one single line. Rama represents Paramatma. Sita represents Maya. And Lakshmana represents the Jiva. Now, in the mind, in the eye of your mind, just think, if Lakshmana, the Jiva, wants to have a glimpse of Paramatma, Maya, Sita, is standing in between. What should Jiva do? Should he arrogantly ask Sita to move? He cannot. Rama will not like it. So instead, what he will do, he will say, he will pray, Divine Mother, please step aside. I want to have a glimpse of Paramatma. Paramatma will always be surrounded by Maya. Maya is part and parcel of his body, own body. So how can that be removed? So just think, for the Jiva's ability to connect to Paramatma, or the Jiva's inability to have a glimpse of Paramatma, for both, Maya, that is Sita, is responsible. And if we understand that Maya is the cause, what is this illusion? It is the mind. The same mind that is trying to understand the Ramayana, the same mind comes up with questions because it is unable to connect or have a glimpse of the Paramatma. The same mind with contemplation, with prayer, can overcome that challenge. Now you can open your eyes and you can understand that we have come with some questions. Now, using that same mind, let us contemplate. And with my limited capabilities, I'll try to answer those two questions, main questions that you have given, relating to the purity, the test of purity of Sita, as well as why the sages and all cursed. Now, let me take you to something very simple. All of us, for example, this program you have put together, or you have a drama in school, we are involved in many dramas, right? We are in the preparation. While preparing for the main drama, behind the scene, many dramas happen. Costumes, dialogues, preparation, lights, sound, many dramas happen behind the scene. Now think of Ramayana like that. A major drama that happened, you all know the story, but behind the scenes, how many dramas, how many reasons, how many things are happening behind the scene. So there are many secrets to this. For the avatar of Rama, there are several reasons. One reason I will share. Many of you know Ravana, to kill Ravana, that we all know. That's a broad reason, but the behind the scene, let me share. During the war between the Devas and Asuras, Maharishi Bhrigu's wife helped some of the Asuras, the Rakshasas, who sought her help. And when Lord Narayana came to know of it, he was very upset. And he got Bhrigu's wife killed. Now, Bhrigu was very upset that his wife was killed by Narayana. So he cursed Narayana that Lord Narayana, when he takes birth as a human being, he will also suffer the separation from his wife at birth. You see, the effect of one's karma has always to be endured. So when God takes on a human form, he will be bound by the same laws that govern humans. And therefore, to illustrate this truth, that everybody, even God, when he takes the human form, that curse of Bhrigu had to be endured, because this is the invincible law of karma that even binds Lord Narayana when he takes human form. So, to that question, you see, Maharishis, the great ones, sages, when they are hurt, or when people go against the welfare of society or world at large, then they display divine strength. On the exterior, it appears as though they are misusing the powers by cursing, but in reality, the curse acts as a check, as a safeguard. Because if wrong acts are not punished, then wrong actions will be encouraged. If we pardon the wrong actions, if they're overlooked, then what happens? Wrong actions will increase and man will lose his discrimination. Go to Bhagavatam, King Parikshit. We all know King Parikshit. He went to sage Samika's ashram. He was tired, he was thirsty, he had gone out hunting, he was lost. And the sage was lost in meditation. He got angry. King is supposed to give respect to sage. He's supposed to treat his subjects with respect, but he misbehaved. So he was cursed by Shringi, his son. That curse actually turned out to be a blessing, because Parikshit had only 7 days. He spent all his 7 days with one pointed concentration listening to the Bhagavatam expounded by Sage Shuka. Like this, Parikshit himself said, had I not been cursed, I would not have spent my last few days contemplating on God. Go to Gajendra Moksha story. Agastya Muni, he cursed Indra to become that Gajendra, the elephant. An elephant thought with lot of ego, my physical prowess is, I'm very strong. But finally what? When the crocodile did not release, he had to pray to God. And Narayana had to release, they had to intervene. So curses are actually boons in disguise. See, only in difficult times we remember God. The way we pray before an exam, before an interview, before a test, the way we pray with all intensity is different from the way we pray after the exam or after the interview. So the importance of understanding this is those curses actually result in a blessing to help us direct our mind towards sacred things. Parshurama's anger, for example. We all think that Parshurama was very angry when he met Rama. But actually, Rama was born with 12 kalas. For Purna Avatar, 16 kalas are required. He was born with 12, 3 from his brothers, 15, and Parshurama, he passed on that last kala to Rama before giving up his body. Look at Ramayana itself. Take the example of Dasharatha. When Dasharatha was dying at the separation of Rama had just left for the forest, Dasharatha was dying. At that time, he remembered You all know the curse, the Shravan Kumar. How Shravana Kumar's parents cursed him that he will also pass away at the separation, like how they passed away in anguish. He will also be in anguish. That curse he was reminded, you see. Now, had this curse not happened, had Rama not left for Ayodhya, the foundation for Ramayana, for the mission of the avatar, would have never happened. In Ramayana, so many steps you see, Dasharatha, then you see how Ahalya was relieved, how Kabandha, the monster, he was actually a Gandharva. Many examples are there. But how the curse can become a blessing sometimes. If you remember the bridge across the ocean that was built, Nala and Nila, the two generals were there in the army, among the Vanaras. When they were young, a sage had cursed them because they were very naughty when they were young. They would enter the cottage of hermits, and while they are praying, they will throw away the saligram. You know, saligram is a holy icon kept in prayer. They would throw them away into the waters. And so the sages, they got very upset with them and they cursed them, saying, may all the things you throw in the water never sink. May they keep floating. Even if there's a fast flowing flood, may it keep floating. May it remain where you threw. Now that curse indeed became a blessing because of that, the bridge across the ocean was constructed. So a curse that appears in a fit of anger from a Mahapurusha is always for the welfare of humanity. Kaushika, the king, took years of tapas to become a Brahma Rishi. So much anger in him. Years of tapas, years of penance for him to transform himself to a Brahma Rishi, to be known as Vishwamitra. He's known as Vishwamitra because he gave the Gayatri mantra to the whole Vishwa. That is the biggest boon we got from him. Now, a blessing can also turn into a curse if it is misused. Hiranyakashipu, he had that blessing. How it became a curse? Blessing means he got a boon. That boon turned into a curse. Look at Ravana. He had a boon from Brahma because of his spiritual tapas. He had a boon that he will not be killed by any yakshas or gandharvas or kimpuras or kinnaras or devas or demons. Nobody can kill him. But Ravana never thought that human being can be powerful. He thought humans are, mere mortals, So Narayana had to take the human form to kill him, to teach a lesson. Therefore, a blessing, a boon, can also turn into a curse if misused. Now we will talk about Sita's ordeal of fire. We have to look at it at 3 different levels. At the pure physical level, because Rama, although he is divine, he behaves, the avatar in human form behaves like an ordinary human being. And we have many instances where glimpses of Rama's divinity is seen, but he behaves like an ordinary human being. And the whole world knew that Sita was abducted by Ravana. For 10 months, she was in Ashokavana. And her purity, her chastity may be questioned in the minds of people. So Rama knew that he had to silence the people. So at the physical level, people who can gossip, like crows who keep cawing, Rama needed to silence them. But at the spiritual level, I told you earlier about the law of karma. Go to that. Let's look at that. When Maricha took the form of the golden deer, Lakshmana was guarding Sita, and Maricha mimicked Rama's voice and said, "Oh Sita, oh Lakshmana," he shouted. That time Sita pretended that Rama is in danger, she pretended that she was very fearful because she needed to send Lakshmana away. Then only Ramayana can unfold. This divine drama, Rama and Sita knew. But Lakshmana would not budge. So what did Sita do? She used very harsh words against Lakshmana. Lakshmana, who's so innocent that he would look only at the feet of his, he regarded Sita as his own mother. He would only look at her feet. He was so innocent, but Sita used harsh words because she needed him to leave, to set the divine drama into action. Because of that unspeakable words that she uttered, aimed at sending him away, think, who is Sita? She is not ordinary woman. She's a consort of Narayana, incarnation of Mahalakshmi. But the inevitable law of karma operated on her too when she was asked to go through the ordeal of fire. 10 long months she waited for Rama's vision. She was thinking of his kindness, of his compassion, but Rama's words, Lakshmana, set the fire, put this thing, she has to prove her purity. At that time, Sita had to go through this because of that law of karma. She used harsh words against Lakshmana. Now she had to endure this harshness too. But look at it from the metaphysical level. I gave you a physical, I gave you a spiritual meaning, the law of karma. Well, there's one more instance before I go to the metaphysical level. You see, remember at a later occasion when Sita was in the family way, Rama was a king at that time, and the exchange of words between the washerman and his wife, questioning Sita's chastity, was brought to Rama's court. See, in those days, the kings, they gave a lot of importance to their subjects. The words of the happiness of the subjects was very important to rulers. And in fact, prime importance. At that time, Rama thought, I have an individual duty as a husband, I have a national duty as a king. Which is more important? Duty as a husband is individual duty. Duty as a king is national duty. Then he came to the decision, the duty as a king is more important. And therefore, he was forced to send Sita away to the forest. But look at the metaphysical level, the third level. The real Sita, when they came to Panchavati and this Maricha and Ravana coming to abduct, when this drama was about to begin, the real Sita, that was Sita, the Shakti that was Sita, was taken away. Very few people know this. It was given away to fire god. It was kept, fostered and nurtured and protected by fire. And the Sita that was abducted and taken to Lanka is the Maya Sita. And the same Maya Sita, when she went through the ordeal of fire, the fire god handed her over back. The Shakti that was Sita was handed back. So the Sita that came out of the ordeal of fire was a pure, dazzling Shakti Sita, the consort, Mahalakshmi, the consort of Narayana. From the fire, Rama was born, from the pice or the nectar given by the fire god. With fire as a witness, the divine marriage, union of Prakriti and Paramatma took place. And the same fire gave back the Shakti, fostered, protected the Shakti of Sita and gave her back as Mahalakshmi when the mission was accomplished. So there's so much that go behind the scenes of Ramayana. So when you look at our epics, I want to close with this thought. You compare Ramayana to a juicy fruit, let's say an orange. Oranges are seasoned in Japan now. Suppose you buy an orange. The very nature of the orange is to have an outer rind. There is some fibrous stuff inside, some seeds inside. You cannot buy a fruit without it, you know. That's the nature of the orange, to come with an outer skin, outer rind, some fibrous, some seeds that can't be digested. But what do you eat? You eat only the juicy fruit. You don't say, I paid for all of it, I paid for the skin, I paid for the seed, so I have to eat it. You don't say that, right? That's how nature gives it. But when we eat, we take only what is wanted and we discard what is unwanted. Similarly, think of Ramayana like this. All the tales of the demons and ogresses and all, think of them as the outer skin, the outer rind. Think of all the wicked actions done by people as seeds that cannot be digested. Think of all the side events that took place, all the sensory stuff, all the worldly stuff. Think of it all as that fibrous, not so tasty stuff that you discard. What do you take? You take in only the sweet juice. What is relevant? Let's chew it. Let's enjoy it. Let's digest it. Let's assimilate it so we can derive the full benefit of it. That's why it's so relevant for all mankind at all times. Sai
राम राम साई रामा, राम राम साई रामा, पार्थिपुरेशा साई राम, पार्थिपुरेशा साई राम, राम राम साई रामा, मधुर मनोहर सुंदर नाम, मधुर मनोहर सुंदर नाम, श्यामल कोमल नयन विराम, श्यामल कोमल नयन विराम, रविकुल मंडन राजन राम, रविकुल मंडन राजन राम, परम पावना मंगलधाम, परम पावना मंगलधाम, राम राम साई राम, राम राम साई राम, पार्थिपुरेशा साई राम, पार्थिपुरेशा साई राम, राम राम साई राम, मधुर मनोहर सुंदर नाम, मधुर मनोहर सुंदर नाम, श्यामल कोमल नयन विराम, श्यामल कोमल नयन विराम, रविकुल मंडन राजन राम, रविकुल मंडन राजन राम, परम पावना मंगलधाम, परम पावना मंगलधाम, राम साई रामा।
बाल समय रवि भक्षी लियो, तब तीनहु लोक भयो अंधियारो, ताहि सो त्रास भयो जग को, यह संकट काहू सो जात न टारो। देवन आनी करी बिनती, तब छाड़ी दियो रवि कष्ट निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बाली की त्रास कपीस बसै, गिरी जात महाप्रभु पंथ निहारो। चौकी महामुनि साप दियो, तब चाहिए कौन विचार विचारो। कै द्विज रूप लिवाए महाप्रभु, सो तुम दास के शोक निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। अंगद के संग लेन गए, सिया खोज कपीस यह बैन उचारो। जीवत ना बची हो हम सोझू, बिना सुधी लाए इहाँ पगुधारो। हेरी थके तट सिंधु सबय, तब लाए सिया सुधी प्राण उबारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। रावण त्रास दई सिय को, सब राक्षसी सो कही शोक निवारो। ताहि समय हनुमान महाप्रभु, जाए महारजनी चर मारो। चाहत सिया शोक सो आगी, सुदय प्रभु मुद्रिका शोक निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बाण लाग्यो उर लक्ष्मण के, तब प्राण तजै सुत रावण मारो। लय ग्रह वैद्य सुषेण समेत, तबै गिरि द्रोण सुबीर उपारो। आनी सजीवन हाथ दिए, तब लक्ष्मण के तुम प्राण उबारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में प्रभु संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। रावण युद्ध अजान कियो तब नाग की फांस सबय सिर डारो। श्री रघुनाथ समेत सबय दल मोह भयो यह संकट भारो। आनी खगैस तबय हनुमान जू बंधन काटी सूत्रास निवारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बंधु समेत जब अहि रावण लय रघुनाथ पाताल सिधारो। देवहि पूजी भली विधि सो बलि देऊ सबय मिली मंत्र विचारो। जाय सहाय भयो तब ही अहि रावण सैन्य समेत संघारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। काज किए बड़ देवन के तुम वीर महाप्रभु देखी विचारो। कौन सो संकट मोर गरीब को जो तुम सो नहीं जात है टारो। बेगी हरो हनुमान महाप्रभु जो कछु संकट होए हमारो। को नहीं जानत है जग में कपि संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। लाल देह लाली लसे अरु धरि लाल अंगूर, वज्र देह दानव दलन जय 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 कपिसूर।
रामचंद्राय जनक राजजा मनोहराय मामकाभीष्टदाय महितमङ्गलम्। रामचंद्राय जनक राजजा मनोहराय मामकाभीष्टदाय महितमङ्गलम्। चारु कुङ्कुमोपेत चन्दनालु चर्चिताय हार कटक शोभिताय भूरि मङ्गलम्। रामचंद्राय जनक राजजा मनोहराय मामकाभीष्टदाय महितमङ्गलम्। विमल रूपाय विविध वेदांत वेद्याय सुजन चित्त कामिताय शुभमङ्गलम्। रामचंद्राय जनक राजजा मनोहराय मामकाभीष्टदाय महितमङ्गलम्। रामदास मृदुल हृदय तामरस निवासाय स्वामी भद्रगिरिवराय दिव्यमङ्गलम्। रामदास मृदुल हृदय तामरस निवासाय स्वामी भद्रगिरिवराय दिव्यमङ्गलम्। रामचंद्राय जनक राजजा मनोहराय मामकाभीष्टदाय महितमङ्गलम्। रामचंद्राय जनक राजजा मनोहराय मामकाभीष्टदाय महितमङ्गलम्। महितमङ्गलम् दिव्यमङ्गलम्, महितमङ्गलम् दिव्यमङ्गलम्, महितमङ्गलम्।
ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे। भक्तजना संरक्षक भक्तजना संरक्षक भक्ति महेश्वरा। ॐ जय जगदीश हरे। शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते। आश्रित कल शान्ति शान्तिः समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Om Sri Sai Ram. Wishing everyone a very happy and a divine Navaratri and Ramanavami. We would like to thank all of you for coming together for celebrating the Chaitra Navaratri in the auspicious Aradhana month. The last 8 days have been a beautiful celebration of Navaveda Bhakti. Special thanks to all the children who participated and to their parents for encouraging their children to show enthusiasm for our traditions and celebrations. Our gratitude to all the ladies of Alabang Stotram group for initiating this program. Thank you, Priya Ramesh, for being the mentor in preparing the ladies for devotional singing, hymns, etc. We would also like to thank Sister Radha for all the thought-provoking discourses, and kudos to all the ladies who took part in reading them every day. Special thanks to Dr. Lakshmi for joining us live from Tokyo. This program would not go through smoothly as it did if not for Dimple's technical support with Zoom and troubleshooting as and when required. And my special thanks to Priya Lakshmi for her initiative with these 9-day celebrations. She, along with the Sloka group and the Satyasai group in Alabang, has steered these 9 days into a group sadhana beyond personal prayers that we all offer in our homes. Also, special mention for all other Seva and SSC activities that the Alabang Satyasai group has been doing despite the current challenges given the current pandemic. Our sincere gratitude to Swami for keeping us safe and inspiring us always. Jai Sai Ram.
Jai Sai Ram. While the world is still reeling under the effects of COVID-19 pandemics, I still believe with the good company of our friends and family, we have done a very well virtual event 9 days. I like to give special thanks to Sister Priya and the Alabang ladies and all the kids and other people who have joined this 9 days event. I think it is all about what we think. The energies might be different when we are doing sitting together, but the vibes which we have created all these 9 days, the kids singing, the elderly people singing, the ladies singing, it was really awesome. So it's all about our thinking, creating positivity, positive energy, giving a positive aura around us so that we attract all those people who are alike and we get together. So I wish all the best to all the ladies here and all the kids. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you. I cannot thank in words how I have felt. I think I will not be able to. It's given me so much joy these 9 days. Getting me so close to the soul. It was such a beautiful journey to go within. Thank you all. Sorry, I can't speak more. Thank you so much.